Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sarah Sutton. I'm an indie author of 5, soon to be 6, young adult romance novels. You can pre-order my newest one. It's titled Christmas as We Know It, and there's a link down below if you want to check out the blurb and anything like that. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. So there's like a shadow right here. I think you can see it on the camera. Yeah, it's like right there. It's from the microphone, like, because you can see the lighting in here is not good. But it's nighttime, so I figured I would just film it in here instead of lugging all my stuff out to the shed for possibly even crappier lighting. So here we are. I have my character art on the wall behind me. It's just lovely. And I thought it was fitting because today we're talking about how I'm feeling in my nano project, which I could be feeling better. Before we hop into the video, don't forget to hit that like button because likes do help out my channel a ton. And yeah, that's it. Let's go. This work in progress. So if you watch my NaNoWRIMO announcement video, you guys will have heard that this book that I'm writing is still in the young adult romance genre. It is a trope that I've never written before. It is the first in the series of my new series that is debuting next year. So there's a lot of like scary firsts happening here. Like not the young adult romance part because that's not a first, but like new trope, new series. Like, you know, there's just a ton of things happening, which is a wee bit overwhelming. I hit 10K in the manuscript Thursday night. And as soon as I hit 10K and finished the scene I was writing, I had this distinct, like, brilliant neon billboard flashing sign pop off in my head. And it read, "This is trash." Like, it's just, like, not... I don't love it. The scenes that I wrote are so basic and like very underwritten, and I just don't love the chemistry, and I don't love how it leads into things, you know, and it's the first 10,000 words, so I'm like, fudge, why I have to like it if I don't like it right now, what the heck, you know? And it was actually kind of a worrying thing for me because I really wanted to like it. You know, I really wanted to dive into this manuscript, love it right off the bat, hit the ground running, hit 50,000 words in the first 16 days because I have done that before. I'm crazy. And you know, and I just really, really wanted that to happen. And it didn't for this book. It didn't. Like I hit the 10,000 word mark and I was like, fudge. This is a time and a half. And I was thinking about it Friday because I tried to write a little bit more on Friday and I was like, is this even good? I can't tell anymore. So I wrote a little bit more on Friday. I always like to tell people, like, it's the first draft. It's supposed to be bad because I am not a hardcore outliner, and honestly I haven't looked at this book's outline since July. I'm not familiar with the characters. I'm not familiar with the scene by scene structure. There are scenes that are going to happen that I don't even know what the scenes are yet. It's so hard to accept that truth yourself. I had a hard time accepting it. And I think one of my other issues with where I'm at, like with this drafting process, is because I just came off of hardcore copy edits for Christmas as We Know It. And so that hardcore editing is clashing with the free spirit creativity of draft 1. And I think that is a major issue for me. I can't, like, it's not some switch in my brain that I can just flip editing, drafting, but I wish, because how epic would that be? I think it's good that I realize that that's probably what I'm struggling with, is the mindset switch from editing, I don't know which hand I used for editing to drafting. Or was it editing to drafting? I don't know. I hit 10,000 words on manuscript and I don't like the 10,000 words. There's probably like a solid 3,000 that I do like, but it probably is a 7,000 that I don't. And I think that's interesting. Like I want to keep writing it though. You know, I want to see where this draft will end up. I want to see where it takes me and get to the finish line because I don't want to stop halfway and just give it up. You know, I really want to keep going. I really want this book written anyway. If it's the first book of my new series, it kind of has to be written. I mean, I guess I could pick a different first book for the first in the series, but I don't know. And it's, I think also the new trope is kind of throwing me off because I've never written this trope before, and that's really daunting. I just wanted to share my thought process because I'm 10,000 words in and I finished a scene Friday or Thursday night and I'm like, that was a garbage scene. There was no dialogue tags, there was no action tags, there was no inner dialogue, there was no inner thoughts, which is the same thing as inner dialogue. There was no feeling to the scene. And it was just like somebody saying something, somebody doing something, and that was it. It was just like a list. And I finished it and I was like, this is not my best work. This is not even good, my good work. This isn't even good. And I think the whole point that I'm trying to get across, or like, I don't know, share my thoughts about, the first draft, unless you're a unicorn, in which please share some of your unicorn dust with me, the first draft isn't going to be your best draft. It shouldn't be your best draft. It shouldn't, I mean, more often than not, it's probably not even a great draft. It's probably good. It's got some good bones. You're laying the foundation. And honestly, I need to keep that in mind because that is what I'm doing. You know what I mean? That's what the first draft is all about. And I kind of almost want to like look at this as like a fast draft, or like a zero draft is what people call it, correct? I think that might help my mindset a bit more if I called it a zero draft. But I need to remember that it's okay that things are stinky because no one else is going to read it. It's only going to be me who has to read it and be embarrassed with it. It's fine. I am going to have drafts too, and I'm going to edit it from there. You know, it's not going to be draft 1, publish, Lord. You know, it's going to go through so many phases, so many editors, and it has so much time to do so. I'm not publishing this book until at least August of 2022, which I have so much time to get this book perfect. You know what I mean? There's no need to make it perfect right now. And it's not going to be perfect right now. And I kind of just wanted to encourage those of you who are at the 10,000 word mark or whatever word mark you're at, and you're just not jiving with the story. You know, it happens. It really does happen. And honestly, it can be tough to find that chemistry with your story from the beginning. Sometimes you won't find chemistry with your story until you're 25,000 words in, 50,000 words in. Sometimes you won't find that chemistry until your second draft. That was how it was for me with Christmas as We Know It. I didn't find I didn't love that story until I changed everything about it. And that's fine. I had to write that first draft to get to where I am now. Really look at this first draft as a stepping stone to where you're gonna be later. Because you can't jump to the final draft. It's not gonna happen. Unless you're a unicorn and share your unicorn secrets with us, it's not possible to jump into your polished, clean, perfect, zero plot holes, beautiful final draft. You can't do it. You know, everything is a stepping stone. First draft, second draft, seventh draft. Who knows how many drafts you're going to have. But you have to start with draft 1, and it's gonna be messy. It's gonna be cringy. There's gonna be so many typos and grammar errors that you don't know what to do with yourself, and you're gonna question your ability to write because there's so many typos, plot holes, character issues, things like that, and like cringy dialogue. There's gonna be so much of it. And maybe when you finish it at the end, you're gonna think, man, is any of this salvageable? But you still did it. You still got that first draft done. You still got that cringy first step out of the way, and you can jump on to step 2, stepping stone 2 of the second draft, which is making it prettier, making it cleaner, removing some plot holes that you know are obvious, tweaking characters that you obviously don't like, fixing it up. Because you can't do that without a first draft. I'm at 11,000 words now, almost 12,000. I'll probably hit 12,000 today, and you can see the potential in this story. You know, I can see the end goal that I want to be. I can see the final draft, phase, stage, whatever, where I want to be. And I can't get there unless I start from the beginning. I can dream about this final product all that I want. But if I never start, I'm never gonna get here. If I never take that first plunge and write that incredibly cringy draft, I'm never gonna get to the beautiful final draft. You know, and I think to me that just feels, that kind of empowers me to be able to go on a little bit more, to allow myself to write something that I'm not in love with, because I feel like I love the end result, but right now I'm just like, man, this is just not what I want it to be, you know? This isn't what I want it to look like. And sometimes that means taking a step back from the story entirely. Sometimes that means taking a break and putting it on the shelf. But for me, I just need to allow myself the time that it's going to take to get to a pretty draft. I need to allow myself the time that it's going to take to fall in love and find my chemistry with this story. You know, like, your writing craft will grow the longer that you're writing. So when you get a draft 2, your writing's gonna be so much better, and you're gonna be like, man, I can't believe I wrote like this, you know? You know, this is probably just like a super rambly thing, but it's just been something that's been weighing on my mind all weekend because I haven't really written all weekend. Today is Sunday. I hit 10,000 on Thursday night. And I haven't really written. I wrote 1,000 words, I think it was last night, but I haven't really written, and it's because I've been so afraid to go into the story and not do a good job. But I don't have to do a good job for this first draft. No one's gonna see it, just me. It can be rough. It's allowed to be rough. I'm just getting the thoughts out. I'm dumping everything from my brain onto the page. The pretty part, it's gonna come later. I just have to stick with it and trust the process. Like I said, this is probably really rambly, but I really wanted to let you know how I'm feeling. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. I think sometimes in like vlogs and things, things can look really so effortless. And I mean, I don't know about my vlogs because I feel like I'm a walking train wreck, but I feel like, especially in Nano, when everybody's talking about their progress, and you feel like you're stalling out, or you feel guilty because you don't love the project that you're writing. Sometimes you just need someone to talk things out with, and a reminder that any words that you're writing are perfect words because they're new words. They're words you hadn't written. And the first draft is going to be rough. And if you're not jiving with your first draft, comment down below. Just say, you know what? I'm not jiving with my first draft either. You know, and because there's no shame in that. We are challenging ourselves to write 50,000 words in a month, unless you're a nano rebel or something like that. So stick with it. You've got this. I am rooting you on. I'm supporting you 1000%. And I can't wait to see what Nano brings you, because this is day 7. We've been doing this a week. Guys, it's a week today. For some people, this is the part where they're reaching the muddy middle. For some people, this is where they're reaching the part where they're just starting to finish Act 1. And this is where they're starting to feel, okay, maybe this isn't, like, the story idea was much better in my head, but trust the process. Trust the process. Like I said, probably super rambly, but thank you for listening to me anyway. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Nano. Let me know anything you want to tell me about your project down below in the comments. And I'm excited to see what the rest of the month brings us. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and tap that subscribe button, because I post new videos 3 times a week. I'm Sarah Sutton. I'm an indie author of 5, soon to be 6 young adult romance books, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!